Bhaktya vihinaya parada lakshay kshiptascha kamalita madhye kripamayi tvam saranam pramanna vrinde namaste charanaravindam Bhajami radham aravindanetram smarami radham madhurasmidasyam Vadami radham karuna bharadram tato manyasti gatir nakapi Vaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my sasanganvat pranams. Thousands of times the Lord Sri Shri Paramaradham Guru Par Padma Vishnu Par Stotra Satashi Shriman Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev. Secondly, I offer my sasanganvat pranam. Thousands of times the Lord Sri Shri Rupanuga Govani Guru Varga. I offer my sasanganvat pranam to all the Sambhur Vaishnava Vaishnavi. Today is Putrada Ekadasi. So we know, hearing from the Vaishnava, that this, from the beginning, the Ekadasi following after Kartik, Putrada Ekadasi, this is the 15th day of Ekadasi day, this is the first Ekadasi of the year. And now, just after, now 1 or 2 months now, this Putrada Ekadasi has come. So, Putra means son, Da means giving. That Ekadasi which gives son. But the Jiva by nature is who? Is a general part and parcel of Krishna. Mamai Vamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. And in the Vedas they say that Ambedasya Putrasya. We are born from nectar. Atma, in other words, is come from Bhagavan himself. So we are all the sons and daughters of Bhagavan. That is our eternal constitutional position. Jiva Swarup Hoy Krishna Nitya Das. The Jiva by nature is the eternal servant of Krishna. But when he says he is Nitya Das, he is a servant. That means he has 5. Jiva can have 5 different loving relationships with the Lord. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. And in this way the Jiva eternally is connected to Bhagavan in a loving relationship. In one of these rasas. So, Bhagavan in this way, he is our eternal Father. And we are all his children. So, on this day of, and the Jiva by first coming into contact with Guru and Vaishnavas and taking shelter of Guru and performing sadhana and bhajan, then he can gradually realize one of his relationship in one of these 5 rasas. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. And we all know that in Vatsalya ras, then those fortunate jivas who are situated in Vatsalya ras, then due to their overpowering love, then they're able to even worship Krishna in the mood of a parent. And Krishna then himself becomes like the becomes their son. Like Mother and Yashoda, Devaki and Vasudeva Maharaj, Krishna and Sutapa, Drona and Dara. They all performed austerities to have the Lord as their own son. And Bhagavan then ultimately he blessed them and fulfilled their desires. They said that in their first birth, Krishna and Sutapa, they performed austerities and the Lord became their son as Hiranyagarbha. Then in their second birth as Kashyap and Aditi, then the Lord came their son as Vamandev. Then in their third birth, Vasudeva. Then Krishna himself manifested in the prison cell of Kamsa and became their baby boy. Then Vasudeva carried Krishna and took him all the way to Braj. That Narayan who had manifested in the cell took the form of a baby boy, and that is like an amsa, a part and parcel of or an expansion of the original Krishna who was born to Nanda Baba Mother Yashoda. Ultimately, Krishna, Sudapa, Devaki, Vasudeva, Aditya and Kashyap, they are all actually considered manifestations of Nanda and Yashoda. They are the original parents. They are the embodiments of Vatsalya Prem. And all these others are like their expansions, you can consider, in some form or another. And Drona and Dara also, they are described to be expansions of Devaki and Vasudeva. And when they performed austerities, they performed very severe austerities. They said that they performed austerities as long as Hiranyakashipu did, 60,000 years. But not in an ordinary way. Even more severe austerities than Hiranyakashipu performed. Hiranyakashipu was standing on his toes, with his hands raised in the air, and he was in one place like this, just performing tapasya. So Drona and Dara, how did they perform austerities? They were standing, they were balancing themselves on their thumbs, with their feet in the air, for 60,000 years. See how much more difficult. And this way they worshipped the Lord. Finally Brahma manifested to them, said, "What do you want?" And they were very intelligent. They said, we want to have Vatsalya Prem for the Lord. They never prayed directly that for the Lord to become their son. Therefore, Drona and Dara got the supreme fortune of directly. After they quit their body, then they merged and entered into the bodies of Nanda and Yashoda. And therefore, they were able to experience the Vatsalya Prem that they had for Krishna. In this way, they perfected their Prem in that way. So but Devaki, Vasudeva, and Krishna, Sudapa, and Aditi, Kashyap, they prayed directly for the Lord to become their son. Therefore, they never prayed for Vatsalya Prem. Therefore, we can see that they never were able to develop Vatsalya Prem like Drona and Dara, Nanda and Yashoda. You know that how even when Krishna appeared in the prison cell of Kamsa, that time, first he was there, the young youth, 16 years of age, with club and disc and conch shell and lotus, helmet, everything, jewels, ornaments. And they prayed, Vasudeva, Devaki, they prayed, "Oh, please become a baby. Please become a very, very small child. We will not be able to protect you in this way. If you become a small child, then we will be able to protect you and look after you and make some arrangement." So the Lord, hearing their prayers, she became very small. And Devaki, only for a moment, she took baby Krishna in her lap and fed and gave some breast milk, only for a moment. Then Vasudeva immediately took her side away. Now we must quickly take him away from here. The child begins to cry and the guards hear, then Kamsa will come and kill him. This 8th child has been prophesied to be the killer of Kamsa. Kamsa was waiting for this 8th child. The seventh Baladev who had been transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Baladev had taken birth there in Braj. So they thought that the 7th son was a miscarriage. In order to protect this baby boy, Krishna, then Vasudeva Maharaj took Krishna away. And miraculously all their shackles loosened, the guards fell asleep, the doors opened by the potency of the Lord. And Vasudeva Maharaj was able to take the baby Krishna out of Mathura. He came to the border of Braj. At the time the Yamuna was flooding, it was raining so much. And he was thinking, how can I cross the Yamuna? Then he saw a jackal crossing the Yamuna in a very shallow place and he followed. Then Yamuna Devi desired to touch the lotus feet of Krishna, began to raise and raise and raise. Vasudeva Maharaj thought he was going to drown. Krishna stuck his foot out of the basket and Yamuna Devi touched the feet of baby Krishna. Then the water receded. That time it said that when Vasudeva Maharaj came to the border, there's two different versions described. It's described that at that time the Ansi Krishna or the Mathura's Krishna that was in the basket merged with the original Krishna. And Vasudeva Maharaj brought that baby Krishna too on the side of Mother Yashoda. Another explanation is that he brought that Shri Krishna and placed him on the bed, and there in the bed they merged. It's also described like that. And then, by the desire of Yogamaya, Vasudeva was unable to see the other Krishna, and he only saw the baby girl of Yogamaya, and he picked her up and brought her back to Mathura. So, then in this way we see that in Kamsa he came, and then Yogamaya manifested her original Durga Sarup and kicked him in the head. And said, oh, your killer has already been born elsewhere. So, we can see that Devaki, she was unable to really relish Vatsalya Prem for Krishna at all. She was so many years in the prison cell, so many years. 15, 20 years. And finally when Krishna came to Mathura, killed Kamsa and released her. And Vasudeva Maharaj, that time, they had the desire that Krishna should remain with us. So they immediately arranged for his Upanayana Samskar. Even during the Upanayana Samskar, Krishna was only thinking of Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda always promised, during your Upanayana Samskar, that time I will fill your bag with so many gifts. So, that time Krishna was remembering these words of Mother Yashoda, and she was looking for Mother Yashoda, and she was crying, oh Maya, Maya, oh Mother, Mother, where are you, where are you? Devaki came there, standing there. Krishna didn't even look at her one bit. And thinking about Mother Yashoda, Krishna was crying, weeping in separation, he fell unconscious there. And all the Mathura Vasudeva were shocked, astonished. How much relationship and love Krishna has for Mother Yashoda. So, this Drona and Dara, they prayed for this Vatsalya Prem. Therefore they are able to receive the same good fortune that Nanda and Yashoda. And ultimately Drona and Dara then perfecting their prem, and they able to attain position of a mother, Vatsalya, attain this Vatsalya Prem there in Braj. But you can see that the Vatsalya Prem of Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna and Sutapa, and Aditi and Kashyap, it is nothing compared to the Vatsalya Prem of the Brajvasis, Nanda and Yashoda. They have so much love that we know that when in the Yadu dynasty came Vrishni. Vrishni was a great personality, and in his dynasty there was one Devamida Rishi. The Devamida Rishi had two wives, one Kshatriya wife and one Kshatriya wife and one Gopa wife. And from the Kshatriya wife, Surasen was born. And from the Gopa wife, then Parjanya Rishi was born. And Parjanya Rishi was married to Variyasi. And they had 5 sons. There is Upananda, Abhinanda, Nanda, Sunanda and Nandana. They are 5 brothers. Nanda Maharaj was the middle son. So all other brothers, they had a son, but Nanda and Yashoda did not have a son. Even though they were already getting even, they were already late into the past their middle age already, you consider, already like getting older. So Parjanya Rishi always thought, I wish that Nanda Baba could have a son. He had this desire. All my other sons, they have a wife, they have children. But Nanda and Yashoda, they don't have any children. Nanda and Yashoda, they were busy, always engaged in worshipping the Lord and serving the Brajvasis. They have so much Vatsalya Prem and love for all the Brajvasis, so they are fully content in that. They never desired anything else. So, anyhow, this Parjanya Rishi, he went and Nandagram, that time, they were living in Nandagram, and he worshipped Ashishwar Mahadev. Then Mahadev, pleased by the austerities of Parjanya Rishi, he came and said, oh, you want a benediction? I'll give you a benediction. Ask for anything. I'm very pleased with your worship. Oh, please, arrange that Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda will have a son. And Shiva was saying, you want me to bless Nanda and Yashoda? How is it possible? They are worshipful even for me. So it's not possible for me to bless them. But he said that if you request them themselves to worship the Lord and follow this Putrada Ekadasi, then automatically your desire will become fulfilled. So Putrada Rishi, taking the advice of Shivji, Mahadevi, went to Nanda and Yashoda. He said, oh, now a very important secret vrat is coming. This Ekadasi, you should follow this vrat. It is my desire that you should follow this vrat. But did not tell them the real meaning behind it. So Nanda and Yashoda, they followed this vrat very nicely. It's Putrada Ekadasi. Then, after they followed the vrat, then Putrada Rishi said, oh, now that you have followed this vrat, then now you are going to be blessed with the son. And Nanda Baba Yashoda was surprised. Oh, you told us to follow this vrat so we could have a son. We have no desire for a son. Why? If a son comes, then our love and affection for Bhagavan will go away. We'll become attached to Maya, to material attachments, to material relationships. We'll forget the Lord, we'll become covered. Then we'll become distracted and averse to the Lord. We don't want this kind of bandhan, this kind of bondage. We don't want to enter into samsara. We're happy here serving all the rishis and munis and Rajvasis, and we're happy in this situation as we are. Then, but Putrada Rishi had this, Putrada Rishi expressed, I have a desire. Then Mother Yashoda said, but on one condition, we'll accept your proposal only if that Lord whom we have love and relationship with, if that Lord himself comes as our own son, then we'll accept, otherwise we will not accept. Then, it is then, Putrada Rishi, then he became pacified. On that day, he said, I don't know exactly how, but Nanda and Yashoda, they received the salagram on that day of Putrada Ekadasi. They received the salagram and they began serving that black salagram. Then, sure enough, then after some time, then Mother Yashoda became pregnant, and then about 8 or 9 months from this Ekadasi, and you see comes Janmashtami, and Krishna is born. So, the fruit of following this Putrada Ekadasi, that Ekadasi Devi still reigns, and then Krishna was then born 8-9 months from now. So this is, history has been described there. And then of course we know that Gurudev said that their attachment for the Lord, Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, the attachment for the Lord they had in their heart was externally manifesting as detachment from everything. Once Krishna then was born, how was Krishna born? Krishna was born like in a very peaceful way. He said that Mother Yashoda, she did not feel anything, any pain, anything. She was actually fast asleep when Krishna was born. And Krishna did not born all, was not crying or disturbed like any ordinary mundane child is born. Very happy he took his birth. No labor pain, anything, nothing. And Krishna was connected to the umbilical cord. When Krishna was born, and they performed the ceremony of cutting the umbilical cord and everything. And then Nandotsav was celebrated. Then all that detachment that was there in the heart of Nanda Yashoda externally, now it externally manifested an attachment for Krishna. Then they began doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna, serving him. All the activities in Braj, everything was centered around Krishna. And the whole of Braj became focused and centered around serving and loving Krishna. So that externally, behind real detachment there must be pure attachment. Otherwise that detachment is not real. If the fruit of real attachment is that naturally there will be detachment. And that is the foundation, the base of detachment. Detachment without attachment to the Lord is only falgu. It is only markat vairagya, falgu vairagya, smashan vairagya. It is only temporary. Like you said that a mother, when she gives child to her birth, and after that she says she has no desire to have any more children because the pain of the labor is so much. But after some time, 1 or 2 years, then she forgets, and again she has another child. Or it described that when someone goes to the crematorium grave and burns a dead body, their loved one dies. Then, that time what happens? They think, I'll only worship the Lord. I'll become very serious in my bhakti. They become very, very detached. But after some time, then they forget the horrific scenes and all the suffering and the pain of losing the death and the burning the body, all that. They forget all that, and Maya covers them, and again they begin laughing, joking, and enjoying like before. So it's called Smashan Vairagya, crematorium renunciation, or false renunciation. Falgu Vairagya is also, it's a so-called detachment. Falgu is a river. If you go to the river, you see there's no water, there's only sand. But if you dig the sand a little bit, you see that under the sand the water is flowing. So externally someone seems to be very detached, renounced. No desire. Inside their heart, so many material desires are flowing there. Markat Vairagya, like a monkey renunciation. The monkey seems very detached. There's no clothes, no possessions. He's only living in the trees, in the cold, in the heat, here and there. Only eating berries, this and that, whatever he can find. As soon as the male monkey sees a female monkey, then he goes and tries to enjoy it. Or any banana or any fruit or anything, then he's going to control his senses. Immediately his true nature comes out. So detachment without attachment. Vairagya means Vishesh Rupana Rag. Special attachment. Deep attachment for the Lord, then externally it manifests as Vairagya. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayatu Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chaya Rahvaitatam. If anyone has bhakti for Vasudeva, for the Lord, then automatically that person will have pure knowledge and pure renunciation will awaken in his heart as a result of that detachment. He must. So, the basis of detachment is pure attachment. And therefore, and that way of renunciation is called Yukta Vairagya. They said that Prapanchagata Buddhya Hari Sambandhi Vastuna. That people who understand that all the items of this world, they are actually utilized in the service of Krishna. Someone who utilizes them in the service of Krishna, then that is actually Yukta Vairagya. Someone who gives up to all the objects of the senses, everything in this world, thinking that they are only cause of distress, but not realizing that they are the Lord's energy. And that person, his Vairagya is only Falgu. It is only Vairagyam Falgu Katyate. Mukshuvi Parityago. Those who desire mukti, they reject everything. Oh, this is not true, this is not real, this is not real. And they by force they disassociate themselves from the objects of the senses. But meanwhile inside, they have so much attachment. But the pure devotee understands that actually all objects in this world, they are Hari Sambandhi Vastuna. They are everything related to the Lord in some way or another. And it can be utilized in His service. And in a detached mood, they engage the object of the senses in the Lord's service. That is real or genuine renunciation. So you can see in the case of Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda, before their detachment for the Lord was internal. Their attachment for the Lord was very deep. And externally it was manifesting a detachment. But now that Krishna had manifested their son, then that attachment that was inside, internal, now it also manifested externally. And they began to love and take care of Krishna. So, by the mercy of Ekadasi, they were Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they had Krishna as their son. They will know that in the Bhagavad it mentioned Nanda Baba. One time he followed Ekadasi, and then that time he was following Ekadasi, and then then a big python came. And he began to swallow Nanda Baba. And all the Pythons, they took their sticks and their torches and they started beating the python. The python would not let go of Nanda Baba. He was trying to swallow Nanda Baba. Then Krishna came there on the spot, and with his foot he touched that python, and that python disappeared, and then Gandharva manifested. He said, "Oh, my name is Sudarshan. I was cursed to become a python. In my previous life I was cursed to become a python due to an aparad. And I was blessed by the Rishi that I offended that you, my Lord, would come and you would liberate me from this situation. Therefore, I've been waiting for you. That place is known as Ambikavan. So that is described in the Bhagavad. Nanda Baba, he was performing Ekadasi and then Python came and tried to swallow him and Krishna liberated that. Then it's also described on Dwadasi day that Nanda Baba, he went and he performed. After Ekadasi, following Ekadasi, on Dwadasi he went to take bath in the Yamuna and then Varun Dev came and stole Nanda Baba and took him to Varun Lok. So in Srimad Bhagavatam you will not find any other mention of other vratas. The Ekadasi Bhat is mentioned there on many occasions. Ambarish Maharaj is following Ekadasi, the Bhatvasis are following Ekadasi. This Bhat is specifically mentioned there. In some other histories of the kings it is described like Aditi also performed some vrata to have the Lord as a son. It is described. The Chandranaya Bhat is also described. But primarily Ekadasi is glorified in the Bhagavatam. Ekadasi is the mother of all vratas. But it's also described in the Bhagavatam that after Krishna and Balaram were sent to the school of Sandipani Muni in Ujjain, they learned 64 hours in 64 days. And after their education was complete, then they approached their Guru and said, we want to offer you some Guru Dakshin. Therefore, please order us, what can we bring to you, what can we give you? Then the wife of Sandipani Muni, she was very upset. She said, our son, she died at Pravas in the ocean. I'm very unhappy. My son was swallowed by the ocean. I want my son back. Please return our son. So Krishna and Balaram, they left and they went to Prabhas, and there they went to the ocean and they prayed to the ocean. And the ocean said, actually, there's one demon, Panchajana, he had stolen your son. Stolen their son. So then Krishna entered the ocean and killed that demon, Panchajana. On the back of that demon there was a conch shell. And taking that conch shell, that conch shell became Krishna's conch that he would use for blowing, Panchajanya. Then, understanding the sun was not, but he cut the demon's belly open and found that the sun was not there. So then Krishna and Balaram, they went down to Yamaloka, Hellish planet. When they came into the abode of Yamaraj, and all the jivas there were crying and weeping and suffering so much. Trahim, save me. I will not commit sin anymore. They were suffering him. And Krishna and Balaram, they were surprised. What is all this shouting and crying? Then he asked Yamaraj, what is going on here? He said, Prabhu, you yourself has appointed me here as the punisher of all the jivas. Those who have neglected you and committed sins, it's my duty to punish them. Said, punish them in what ways? What ways do you punish them? They are screaming so loud. The Yamaraj, he brought Krishna, Balaram, he showed them. These are the walks where we boil the jivas. This is where we have all our ruru dogs. And here's the mountain where we throw them off. And this place, that place. He was showing them everything. Krishna and Balaram, they became shocked. That time all the jivas, when Krishna and Balaram, they came in the presence of all the jivas. That time the jivas automatically, all their pain and suffering went away. Everything became peaceful. And everything stopped. And then Krishna asked the jivas that, what have you done to come to this place? The lotus feet, but from now on we'll never neglect your lotus feet. We'll worship you. We have made this mistake, please forgive us. So then Krishna, out of compassion, then at that moment what happened? Out of his left side, one deity manifested. One murti manifested. And that was Ekadasi Devi herself. And Krishna then said, Ekadasi Devi, I'm giving you the responsibility to help and purify the hearts of the jivas. So they will not turn their face away from me. That they will purify their hearts and connect them to me. Teach them the process of pure devotion. Her name is also Gyarasi Devi. She is manifest. Therefore they are being led away from me. So they usually engage their 11 senses in devotional service. Then automatically, anyone who takes your shelter and takes guidance from you, then I promise them they will never have to enter into this hellish realm again. There, Krishna then gave this benediction, this Ekadasi Devi. And then, since that time, then all the jivas, they began following Ekadasi at that point. And Yamaraj, he saw that no one is coming to hellish planets anymore. Hell is empty. So he went to Brahma and he said, now I'm going to do my bhajan. My work is complete. So here, you take care and manage this hellish realm. Brahma said, why? There's no more jivas are coming here. They are now all, by following Ekadasi Devi, they have all attained liberation. In that time, all the jivas, before they used to worship so many demigods, Ganesh, Surya, Agni, Varun, Kali, this Devi, that Devi, this demigod, that demigod, for so many material prosperities, Kartikeya, so many different demigods, 33 billion demigods. They used to approach the demigods and worship them. And demigods, this way they would give the jivas material benedictions, and then the jivas would perform sinful activities and they will all go to hell. So now the demigods, they saw, now no, the jivas are not all, they are not even worshipping us anymore. The demigods have become unhappy. So they said, Brahma, please make some arrangement. Even now we are not becoming worshipped. So Brahma then created Mohini. You know that this Mohini then, she went and we know this passage of Rukmanda Maharaj and Dharmanga. Finally, we know that how Mohini then, she was blessed by the Lord. That okay, anyone who follows Dashami Vidya Ekadasi, Ekadasi is mixed on Dashami, then you will get the results of that fruit. And the jivas who eat grain on Ekadasi, who eat any kind of grain, beans, this and that, then they will all the sins of killing a mother, father, guru, this or that, all the great mahapaps, all the great sins will enter into the grains and then they will suffer for that and they will go to hell. Then the demigods and Yamaraj, they became pacified. And then, so this is going on. You can see the Smartas, they're so proud. They're so proud of their learning and their rituals that they even follow Ekadasi on this Dashami. And then, because of their following Dashami Vidya Ekadasi, then they don't get the true benefit of Ekadasi, that is devotion. And then they become impersonalists, this and that, and they all end up going to hell. So that is described in the Bhagavatam, most of this pastime. Also, it is said that on this Putrada, before in Satyayug, Kardama Rishi was performing austerities. And he was married to Devahuti. So Kardama Rishi, for 60,000 years, he entered into meditation. That time Devahuti was looking after Kardama Rishi. Any snakes, any wild animals, or this thing and that thing. No disturbance would come to him. After she served Kardama Rishi for 60,000 years, and finally Kardama Rishi came out of his trance, glowing, self-realized. He had realized the Lord in his heart. And he was very, very happy. Devahuti came out. And after 60,000 years, Devahuti had become old. And Kardama Rishi, he was very pleased. Oh, you have served me this whole time. I want to give you a benediction. Ask for any benediction. You have served me very selflessly. I'm very pleased with your service. Then Devahuti, she had one desire. From her youth, she had one desire. What was that? She desired to have a child. But she did not dare to speak. She told Kardama Rishi, oh, I have a desire and you know my desire. Then Kardama Rishi looked at her and closed his eyes and he understood, oh, she desired a son. So after 60,000 years of serving, this is what has remained in your heart. You have a desire for a child. And then he thought, oh, how unfortunate. But he said, okay, I'll give you a son. On only one condition, that the Lord, such a son shall be born to you, that the Lord will, that son will cause detachment to awaken in your heart. It's not possible for me. I am unable to purify your heart. Only the Lord Himself will be able to purify your heart. Therefore, I give you this benediction. The son will be the cause of detachment to awaken in your heart. Then she agreed. Then Kardama Rishi, by his mystic potency, he made himself young, made Devahuti very young. And he created a flying palace, Viman. Now the people scientists are very proud of the Boeing 747, Boeing 757, this and that. What are they? They're flying aluminium boxes with some wings on them. Very useless. Well, look at Kardama Rishi, how he made a plane. It was like whole city was flying. Had parks and waterfalls and fruits and this and that. And thousands of young maidservants that came. And they were the attendants of Devahuti. And then he went on the grand tour. Here when we're in this world, we think, oh, we're going to go on some tour. We go on some boat and we go here to the Bahamas or to Mauritius or here or there. And we think, oh, I've been to a very nice tour. But Kardama Rishi, he went everywhere, from all over the universe, to the most beautiful places, and showed devotee everything, where all the highest forms of enjoyment were. And for many, many thousands of years, again, they were enjoying in that way. Kadma Rishi fully pleased devotee in that way. And then he gave her a son. And who was born to devotee then? That was Kapil Dev. Bhagavan Kapil Dev. As soon as Kapil Dev was born, then Kadma Rishi said, now I'm taking sannyas, I'm going to renounce everything, and he left. And then Kapil Dev, then he began instructing his mother. And the instructions of Kapil Dev to devotee, they are there in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you read those instructions of Kapil Dev to devotee, then detachment must awaken in the heart. So strong katha is that. Very, very strong. Many, many famous verses are there. And detachment will definitely awaken in the heart. Devotee Samvar, Kapil Devotee Samvar. In this way, Kapil Dev instructed devotee on Sankhya Yoga. What is the difference between matter and spirit? And Atma Tattva. And what is the general dharma, the Nitya Sabhav of the Jiva. And many things. Finally, hearing Harikatha from the mouth of Kapil Dev, then this devotee, then detachment awoken in her heart. But it was not easy. If you read those, if you will go to read that third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the instructions of devotee Kapil Samvad, there are so many things he's hammering and smashing and like very, very hard, very strong Harikatha. Very, very things. There he says the opposite, the association with the opposite sex opens the gateway to hell. The Kapil Devi says that. And he said that depending on one's association, one will either attain liberation or one will go to hell, he says. If you're in good association, you'll make advancement. If you enter into bad association, then you'll suffer. And there it said that Satam Prasangam Mama Virya Sammido Bhavanti Karna Rasayana Gata Tad Joshnat Ashu Apavarga Bhatmani Shraddha Rajat Bhakti Anupramishiti. The ultimate process is what? Is to enter into Sadhu Sangam. And hear from the mouths of the sadhus, sweet passion of the Lord. Which are like a tonic to the heart. Rasayana Katha. And if anyone who drinks that Harikatha, then what happens? Automatically they will begin to progress on the path of attaining prema, ultimate liberation, entering into a loving relationship with the Lord. In a sequence, Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti. Shraddha here means, first Shraddha will awaken and they will begin to form sadhana and Bhakti. And Rati, Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti. Rati here means bhav. Then after by performing sadhana, then bhav will awaken in the heart. A permanent mood. Either in the mood of dasya, santa dasya, sakya vachale, madhuri will awaken in the heart. Then bhakti here means prema bhakti. Then ultimately the ultimate fruit, prem, pure love for the Lord will awaken in the heart. So Kapil Devi, so many nice instructions there. Very, very strong. There he also describes the jiva, how the jiva is in the womb of the mother and how the jiva is suffering there in the womb. In that condition, the jiva is, when it enters into the womb, then it begins to, first its head develops. And after the head, then slowly the body and the arms and the legs develop. And the jiva is in this womb of the mother. It is very, very hot. And there is no oxygen there. It's all only bodily fluids. And in that bodily fluids, only worms and bugs are there. And the baby body, her body is so soft and tender. Like just fresh meat. And those worms, they come and they biting that baby in the womb. And the baby cannot move or anything, it starts to tolerate. Imagine if you have an itch that you cannot scratch. How do you go mad? So imagine having an itch you cannot scratch for 9 months. What kind of mental state you must be in. So, not only that, but many places you're getting bitten here and there. And sometimes the mother will take something hot, some chili food, then the chili will burn, and the child will burn from that. Or anything too sour, anything too sweet, then the child suffers. And now in Kali, the mothers, they take drugs also, and drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes, this and that. And this is why the child suffers so much in the womb. At that time it is said that by the mercy of the Lord, the child, he remembers his previous life. He's not repeated of many births. How he was averse to the Lord. And then in that condition he's suffering so much, the child begins to pray, "Oh my Lord, I'll never be averse to you anymore. How if you liberate me from this hell?" Because the hands and legs are all bound up like this and hanging upside down in that mother of the womb. Suffering there so much. The child said, "Please release me from this hellish condition. If you release me, I promise I'll never again turn my face away from you. I will worship your lotus feet." And the Paramatma comes and gives darshan. They said that not all the jivas in the womb get to have darshan of the Paramatma. Some fortunate ones get to have. And they get to have such a darshan of Paramatma. And in that womb of the mother, it is beyond Maya. Then Maya doesn't touch the baby there. Therefore he is able to remember his previous births and see the Lord there in the womb. But after the 9 months is over, then the child takes birth, then at that time what happens? Then Maya covers the child. And the child forgets everything. Forgets the Lord, forgets his promises, everything. And again, based on his previous samskars and his sukriti, everything, and the jiva beginning, this mood of enjoy comes in his heart. We know that when Shukadeva Goswami entered the womb of Vitika Devi, the wife of Vyasdev, 16 years he was there in the womb. He did not want to come out. And Vitika Devi was suffering so much. 16 years the child was there in the womb. And Vyasdev therefore prayed, "Oh, please come out. Your mother is giving so much trouble and difficulty to your mother." "No, I will not come out. Why? Maya is everywhere. Only if Krishna himself promises to remove Maya, then I will come." So Vyasdev prayed to Krishna, then only after Krishna himself came, and for 1 second, for 1 moment he removed Maya. That 1 moment when he removed Maya, then Shukadeva Goswami took birth. Therefore the moment he took birth, there was no Maya. Krishna had lifted his Maya. Therefore he was liberated from his birth. And praying the Leela of being absorbed in the non-dual absolute truth, Shukadeva Goswami was left to the forest to do meditation. Then we know this pastime. And Vyasdev, by teaching the hunters the qualities, the good and the Leela and the pastimes of Krishna, is now in Rup Gun Leela. By chanting these different verses, then Shukadeva was attracted to the personal feature of the Lord. So Kapil Devi describes that the hellish condition that jiva has to undergo in birth. Therefore, birth and death is ultimate suffering. Death is described to be like 1,000 scorpions bite you simultaneously. That is the pain the burning sensation one feels at the time of death. If anyone is being bitten by a scorpion, they know how much it burns and how much it hurts. I've never been personally bitten by a scorpion. It's not in this life, but I've heard those who have been bitten. In India it's quite common. Everywhere there's scorpions everywhere. It's mentioned if you don't clean some place, and you see there's so many scorpions who go there. Manifest there. If you take all where we're doing construction, if you look where the bricks are there, they like to hide under the bricks. So if you're lifting bricks, always be careful, there might be scorpions there. Or sometimes where the rice is there very, very dry, they take birth from the rice also. Where there's rice, you keep rice sacks, then you can see that there will be scorpions there. 2 times we have found here in our rooms here where we keep the rice, the scorpions have been there. So, but it's a very, very small creature, and the hook or the needle on the end of its tail is very, very small. But the poison is so deadly that even at such a small amount, it burns like anything. I've heard. It burns, and not only for 1 or 2 minutes, for hours and hours it burns. And it's like intolerable. It's the scorpion bite. Snake bite is even worse. But so imagine 1,000 scorpions biting you simultaneously. The burning sensation you feel at that moment, that is like death. That is the experience of death. It is so painful. In other words, death is such an experience that it becomes so intolerable that the Atma cannot stay in the body anymore. The body becomes so intolerable to stay that then the Atma has to leave the body. That is called death. As long as the body is somewhat favorable, it's tolerable to stay. The jiva will never leave the body. Therefore, Krishna has to arrange that the body becomes so intolerable to live in that the jiva, he wants to leave the body. But death is that experience. When the body becomes intolerable to live in it anymore, then the Atma itself leaves the body. So Kapil Devi described all these things to Devahuti. And he described also how a jiva, after the time of death, when he's lying in bed, that then all the loved ones and everyone are surrounding that person. And And that man is crying there. He sees his wife and children, everything there. And he's looking at them and he's helpless. He's lost all his strength, everything. He cannot do anything. And they cannot do anything also. They are helpless. So when someone's time has come, then no one can prevent that, stop that. Even if all the doctors in the world, they come. Gurudev always used to say this. Can all the doctors in the world, if they come together, can they guarantee you even 1 minute of life? Can they guarantee you even 1 minute of life? No doctor can guarantee you even 1 minute of life. They do not have the power. So life is, how many breaths in Vedic society, the measure of life is measured by breaths, not by years. According to your karma, you have a certain amount of breaths. That's why the saying comes, he breathed his last breath. When you breathe your last breath, that time, and the amount is full, that time you have to leave your body. So, that time the man is lying in his bed and he's breathing his last breaths, and that time he's crying out to them, and all the relatives are looking at him and they're also weeping and they're crying, oh, this and that. Some people are genuinely crying, and some people are shedding crocodile tears. And it's a big drama. It's a big natak. We've seen in India, sometimes you see like some untimely death takes place. Then the wife of the lady in the house will start crying too much. She'll beat her chest and she'll be crying. She'll be crying for 1 or 2 hours. Then her crying will come down. But as soon as any of her friend comes or any other lady comes, again they all start crying. This one they'll cry for some time and again they'll settle down. Then another one comes to see his dead body because they put it on the table or anything and they decorate it with flower gardens. Again anyone else comes to see, whoever it is, again they'll start crying with him. And it goes on for hours and hours and hours till they take the body away and burn it. So this death is like a very horrible experience and everyone is crying and weeping. And at the time the person who is lying in bed, what does he see? He sees the Yamadutas come. And when the Yamadutas come, they are very, very ferocious. They have big muscles and they are very dirty and their hair is very bright red and they are carrying chains and sticks and hooks and so many things. And their teeth are very dirty and red and bad smell. And these Yamadutas, they are actually the messengers of Yamaraj. They are his parikars actually. They are very devoted to him. They are like his bhaktas. And they don't know better. They are just, and Yamaduta engages them in so many different activities and jobs. And they are very dedicated. We said that when Ravan, he came challenging, he came to the lower planetary systems to fight with Yamaraj. First he had defeated Kuber and taken his Pushpa Viman. With that Pushpa Viman he came down to Yamaloka. When he entered into Yamaloka, he came there, like with his armor and everything, like he entered there, challenging. Where are the Yamaraj? I want to fight. The Yamadutas they saw Ravan, there was thousands and millions of them. They all swarmed Ravan. They started smashing and they started tearing his Viman to pieces, throwing the pieces here and there, and beating and smashing. And Ravan became overwhelmed. It was like some snake being overwhelmed by millions of ants. He became helpless. So many of them. The Yamadutas were smashing and beating and this and that. What to do? Finally he took out one Agni Astra and he shot the Agni Astra. And in an instant he incinerated like millions of Yamadutas to ashes. They all began crying and weeping. And they were all dying there. Then finally the Yamaraj heard his Yamadutas, his children weeping. Then he came there. Along with death personified and time personified. The 3 of them they came. And they engaged in battle with Ravan. And Ravan and Yamaraj and death personified and time personified. They were fighting with Ravan. And Ravan, he was fighting with them. He was going back and forth. And finally, Yamaraj took out his ultimate weapon of the noose of death. It was like a noose, a sacred arrow. And he was going to launch that. Then Brahma came and said, don't. This weapon is not for these things. And then Yamaraj disappeared from there. And Ravan thought, I have defeated Yamaraj. And then he went from there on his conquest. Here and there, further on. So these Yamadutas, they are very, very ferocious and very strong and powerful. At the time of death, they manifest. At that time, the person begins to pass urine and stool. And he's so afraid. With a hook and a rope, they tie around the the subtle body of the jiva and they pull him out of his body. The gross body stays behind and the subtle body comes out. At that time, it's not that they instantly transport you to Yamaloka. No, Kapil Devi describes. Now starts the march, the long march to hell. Down the path of hell, the road to hell. It's described that for years they make you march. Non-stop, without giving you any water, without food. And they bring their dogs with you, and the dogs are biting you on your ankles. And they're whipping you and they're beating you. And you're walking down, all the way from this earth plane, all the way down to the hellish planets. Where are the hellish planets? How far away? You can consider. First is, there's 14 planes. Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, Mahajana, Tapa, Satyalok. These are the 7 upper planetary systems. The 7 lower, Ata, Vital, Sutal, Talata, Rasatal, Mahadal, Rasatal, Patal. And below Patal and the Garbhadaka ocean, they have the hellish planets residing there. Even below Patal Loka, the hellish planet. So you have to walk all the way from Bhumanda all the way to Patal Loka. And the Yamarudas, they torture you and they don't give you any food or water, and they make you walk that whole way. And that time in itself is like a hell itself. That's the journey. And finally when you come in front of Yamaraj. Then all your pious credits and your sins are read out. Then based on your sins, then you have administrative punishment. So in the Bhagavatam, in the 5th canto, there are mentioned 24, I think 24 or 32, most prominent hellish planets mentioned there, in their descriptions. But it's mentioned that actually there are unlimited hellish planets there, unlimited varieties. These are only the main ones to give you some idea. Like for instance, Kumbhipaka. Kumbhipaka is a hell where people who eat meat and they kill animals for their food. And those people there are sent to the hell known as Kumbhipaka, and there is a huge wax boiling with mustard oil. And the people they are thrown into the boiling mustard and they are fried there like some pakora, like some jackfruit, And they have their stirring sticks and they turn you over. Oh, one side is burned and the other side is getting cool, and they flip you over and then they make sure you get cooked on both sides nicely. And that subtle body that you go down into the hellish planets, that subtle body is a special kind of body. It is not like only made of mind, intelligence, and false ego and chitta. This is generally the subtle body. That body is a special subtle body that you can able to feel pain in that body, but you will not die from that pain. So it is like a physical body that never dies, in some sense. And if they tear you to pieces, then after the punishment, then again the body regenerates immediately, and it comes back together again. Again they start the treatment over. So not that they throw you and boil you one time in that water. They're going to fry you, and they take you out, put you outside, then again you cool off, and again they put you back in line. Again they throw you back in. For thousands of years. Not thousands of years, depending on the sin, sometimes it's for hundreds and thousands of years. Just for one specific sin. And all the different sins that you have performed, you have to suffer individually and separately for each sin. He said that the sin, for instance, if someone is in the government and he in a position of authority and he beats a Brahmin or a devotee, in that time, he said that person, he goes to hell, and the Yamadutas, they have a big sugarcane factory there. 2 big, huge stones, and they make nice sugarcane out of the jivas there. They put the jivas in between the rocks and they grind them there. They smash them like sugarcane. And the person's body gets completely smashed in the rock and he just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds, and they put you through there. Oh, he still has something left in him. Oh, put him again. And then they put him through. And they fold you like this and they put you like sugarcane. They fold you and put you in. And they make sure all the blood and all your bones, everything is smashed. Then after that you're done, then again you get a new body, then okay, another. Then it's a continuous cycle for thousands and thousands and millions of years like this. Just for that sin. Another sin is described that if someone comes to your house and your guest comes to your house, and in front of that guest you eat food and drink water, but you don't offer anything to that guest, then that person goes to hell known as Vimi Bhojan. That hellish planet is actually, it's a huge lake. It's a planet, it's a huge lake. 800,000 miles in diameter. Size of the Jambudip actually. And that lake by nature, it's full of maggots. Full of maggots. There's so many maggots that they have no room to move here and there. And you take birth as one of those maggots. And what are the maggots doing there? One maggot is eating another maggot, and while you're eating that maggot in front of you, another maggot is eating you. And you have to stay in that lake as many yojanas, as many miles wide that lake is there, you have to stay that many years in that lake. So in other words, it's 800,000 miles wide. For 800,000 years you have to stay in that lake as a maggot, eating other maggots and being eaten by maggots. That's called Vimi Bhojan. Then there's Anda Tamisha, Raurava, Maharourava, Tapta Surmi, Baitarani. Baitarani is a river full of pus, blood, mucus, all the bodily fluids that exist are all in that river. And in that river there are crocodile and there's sharks and many other creatures. The jiva is thrown into that river. And he has to swim in that river. And you come up to get some fresh air and the Jamuna will dunk your head down. Oh no, take some more. And they don't let you again leave that. And there's crocodiles, the sharks and all those creatures that eat you. And there's so many different hells. Some hells described, if you're drinking intoxication, that time they make special intoxication for you out of molten iron. And they feed that to you. If you're always engaging in illicit sex, then they create a form of a man or woman out of molten iron, and you're forced to have sexual union with that form. And there's one hell that described that if you look at someone with piercing eyes, with angry mood always, like this, and with your eyes you're always like showing anger at somebody, then what happens, you get sent to a special hell where it's a barren land, and it's full of like a wasteland. In that wasteland there are thousands and thousands of vultures. They're all perching up on the rocks and here and there. The Yamanas, they tie your head back like this, so your eyes are looking up. And the vultures, and they make you walk in that land. Then the vultures, they see you like this, and they swoop down and they pluck your eyes out. And then once they pluck your eyes out, then your eyes, they come back again. Then again you have to go. And then again the vultures, they swoop down, they land on your head and they pluck out your eyes. Why you've been looking at people with an angry vision, then that is the punishment. So for every single sin, there is some nice punishment is there. Nice punishment. Kapil Dev in the Seboli, he gives a summary of these. But later in the 5th chapter, then he gives a full nice detailed description. So after Devahoti, she's sitting there listening to all these things, then she's already praying, okay, now I don't want any more son, I don't want any more samsara, I don't want any of this or that. I'm ready now for liberation. Then Kapil Dev gives the instructions how to perform pure devotional service, Sankhya Yoga, how to become detached from this material energy, how to engage in devotional service. And then Devotee finally in her old age also she also attains perfection. But Gurudev describes that actually Devotee, the perfection she attained was not, she attained like liberation, like impersonal kind of liberation, maybe. Or like some kind of mukti, as high as Vaikuntha, but not more than that. She was unable to really take to heart the pure devotional service described by Kapil Dev. But still those instructions are there for our benefit, for everyone. So, Bhagavatam is the ultimate hammer. Before establishing the sweet pastimes of Krishna in the 10th canto, then the first 9 cantos, they lay a foundation. They help us understand that is only there in Madhurya Rasa. That is that the best Devis, they are able to perform that service. So, before we can understand then what is Madhurya Prem, we should know what is Vatsalya Prem. If you want to understand what is Vatsalya Prem, then first start with Dasya. Develop Dasya Bhakti for Guru and Vaishnava. Follow the Ekadasi, follow the rules and regulations, learn how to become a servant. Then automatically, you take shelter of Ekadasi Devi, then automatically she will fulfill all your desires, all your spiritual aspirations. And that very difficult to attain Braj Prem and Braj Bhakti, she will be able to bestow that. So today is Putrada Ekadasi, we'll finish here and tomorrow continue. Hopefully the Vaishnavas will be merciful on us. They'll speak some Harikatha, and then if the Vaishnavas see that we're very enthusiastic in performing everything very, very nicely, then automatically they'll want to speak Harikatha. They'll want to give their association. But as long as if we're not following and we're very, very far away from all the limbs of bhakti, then we are like Asat Sangha. And the Vaishnavas, they'll stay very, very far away from us. So it is up to us. We can sincerely follow everything very nicely, then the Vaishnavas will definitely they'll be merciful. So stop here. Gaur Vimanande Hari 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 Bol. Jai Shri Guru Pada Padma Ki Jai, Guru Parampara Ki Jai, Satchinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Saparshana Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Bhaktaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Jai Shri Kapil Deva Bhuti Sambhav Ki Jai, Shri Guru Darshan Ki Jai, Putrada Ekadasi Mahamohatsav Ki Jai, Dipal Gari Bhakti Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Subhasaya Narati Ki Jai, Nandavadi Vaishnavani Ki Jai, Sam Veda Bhakti Ki Jai, Gaur Vimanande Hari